Hey YouTube, it's your girl Rena Mo, and today I am coming back to y'all with another. Give a bitch a second. Hit the NASCAR skills. Okay, I am coming back to y'all with another episode of Car Chronicles. This is gonna be episode 2. So today I'm going to be shedding some light on being the best you and why being you is really important for your life, your success, your family, your friends, and just anything and everything in general. I hope that y'all cannot hear my heat. I live in Chicago. It's motherfucking cold outside, so I'm gonna keep that rolling. Okay, so a lot of times, like growing up, like when you're a kid, you're the best version of yourself because you're fresh. So I'm like, oh, you're fresh, you're new, you got unlimited opportunities to become yourself and to grasp on to new things and see what you do and what you do not like as a person. And that's why they always say stay a kid as long as you can, and also because you ain't got to pay no bills. But a lot of times people become stiff as they get older because of the things they probably have went through or the things that they've probably experienced that just left them in a really bad space and like turned them away from their dreams, their aspirations, their goals, took away a lot of motivation. And that's fucked up because people get scarred. Like, you know how like we say, oh, I'm scarred for life. People really do get scarred for life, and they do not want to continue to do the things they was going to do because they get discouraged. And being discouraged is a normal thing in life. I wish they would hurry up so I can turn. Yeah, I'm gone. Being discouraged is a normal thing in life. Like, it happens. It has to happen in order for you to keep your faith and for you to keep going. So it's gonna happen. You just have to know how to deal with it. And like, it's hard for me personally in the Black community when it's not easy for us to talk about our feelings because we feel like they don't really matter, and it's just like nobody gives a fuck. But and it's so crazy because that's been passed down from generations. Started with slavery, because as slaves you didn't really have, nobody gave a fuck how you feel. Nobody wanted to be a slave, but didn't nobody give a fuck, so they made them do whatever the fuck they was told to do. And that's just how like naturally we are, because that's what we were like born into. We were born into not caring about our feelings and just taking it like a grain of salt and pushing through and doing what you got to do. And that's a good thing, but also that's a bad thing because that'll wear on your mental health. And as a person, you have to really pay attention to your mental health because it will become a part of your life. Like, you have to really like pay attention to every aspect of you. If something is bothering you, it could turn into like anger, it could turn into depression, it could turn into suicidal thoughts, and that's not what you want. You want to be able to figure out what the problem is, channel it, challenge it, and execute and get the shit out the way. I had a real bad episode of depression after losing my best friend, and I just did not know how to deal with it. Honestly, I never dealt with it. Time healed me, but I prayed really hard that God would help me, push through stuff like that. And God is always the best and the greatest and number one source, but at the same time, it's stuff for us to do and to figure out on this physical plane. So with that being said, you have to really like tune into you as a person. You have to really tune into you and become stronger for yourself, because you want to be the best you, and you can't be the best you if you can't even think straight. You can't be the best you if you can't even let go of that bullshit that happened yesterday. You can't do that because your focus is taken away and put to some negative shit. And negativity should never be the focus, okay? Never. So yeah, I feel like really getting down to earth and really dropping down and saying like, hey, what do I want to do? What do I want to be? And you can really focus on that. And like, no matter how old you get, because like I was saying, like being a kid, we forget our dreams and our ambitions because we get older and we deal with so much bullshit that we just like stop paying attention to our dreams. And like, I know a lot of people that work like 9 to 5s and office jobs, and then at the same time they talented as fuck in this one area. And I'm like, for you to be talented in this area, you got to be passionate about this. So why would you not take your passion and your talent and make that become who you are? Because if you do something you love, you will love who you are. Like, doing some shit that you regret doing, like, who wants to do that? Like, that's not, I feel like that's not what we're here for. We're here to become the greatest version of ourselves. And the only way you can become the greatest version of yourself is if you really go after your dreams, your aspirations, and you set your goals, you know? Nothing is wrong with working a 9 to 5. Trust me, that's not what I'm saying. I done had a bunch of them. Nothing is wrong with that. But for me, it never satisfied me. It never made me feel like this is it. This is what I could do for the rest of my life. This is enough. And then a lot of people that are like bosses, supervisors, managers, they don't really have no type of respect for you as an employee or as a person. And these jobs just don't compensate you enough. Like, it's no reason that you should have to come to work if you're going through like a death or like a really hard time in your family. There's no way you could be a good employee like that. Like, that makes no sense. I really do not understand that. And it's hard for me to believe that these jobs organizations really care about us, and we're making their money, you know? So I always tell people to do what you really want to do and go where you really feel the happiest, because some people, once they make a decision like that, they're stuck. They can't just up and say, okay, well, I'm gonna do this for 3 years and then I'm gonna go somewhere else. Because now, like, a lot of places require degrees and stuff like that. So, and a lot of people didn't have the money or the opportunity to go and get a degree. So now they really are stuck. But the wave of entrepreneurship is coming in. Like, being your own boss is really more so towards the newer generation. Like, younger people are really trying to do that. Some people are taking the easy way out, but entrepreneurship is not easy at all unless you got millions of dollars already lined up in your bank account. Okay? It's not easy. But yeah. Now, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, so back to how being you can really help those around you. When you are really channeling your higher self and being who you were sent here to be, you're making a difference in the world. Because if God wanted you, or whoever you feel created you, or whatever you believe in, Allah, whoever, if God wanted you to be like everybody else, I'm sure you would have never been created. Because some things in the world, some people just don't understand. And some things in the world, only one person could understand. And that's actually really good, because that gives you the opportunity to make your mark in this world. Like, just for instance, like in the Bible, the Messiah is supposed to be the one who who takes God's people out of this matrix and free them into the new world or whatever, if you ever read the Revelations. So if the Messiah was born, and because of the things and the people around him, and he decided to say, hey, I'm not gonna be a Messiah, I'm just gonna fucking work at Walgreens because people don't want to hear me preach, and people don't want to hear me talk about God, and they don't want to hear that. Then what the hell are we supposed to do? Like, everybody don't know what's good for them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know what they really need until they get it. You know what I'm saying? So if the Messiah was to like fold and not allow, like not become who he was sent to be, then our world would be in fucking fire. Like, we would be fucked up. Like, it would just not be good. And then the devil would reign, and evil would be more common, and like, I ain't trying to go to hell. So I would want the Messiah to come here and not get discouraged from the person that he was supposed to be, so he could save us. You know what I'm saying? I hope that analogy made sense. I might have ran it too long, but I hope you get what I was trying to say. So like, I personally I have a love-hate relationship for the Bible, and I really don't talk about my religion that much, but whatever. I feel that there are not that many sins as they make it seem. I feel like God is the most understanding, because as being the most high, you have to know all to be all. So I feel like in some instance, like it says, thou shalt not kill, in some situations you might have no option. Okay, thou shalt not lie, you might have no option. So I feel like that does not damn you to hell. I feel like in some cases that could, because it might just be coming from a negative and evil place. But at the same time, I feel like that if you do not become who you were sent here to be, that is the greatest sin ever, because God made you for a reason. God made you for a specific reason, and for you to not be acknowledging or going after that reason, I feel like that is very disrespectful. So that's just my outlook on being like who you were basically made and supposed to be. I feel like it's one of the most important things in life, because like we need you. Like, it's so many of us. It's not one person I feel like that was just born for no reason. I don't feel like that. The reason might not be worldwide, it might not be universal, but it is a reason. You could be born just to like motivate somebody else. You could be born just to tend to a fucking garden. Like, who knows what that garden might lead to in the future. You know what I'm saying? You might be born to help start a revolution. Like, you never know. So I feel like you should always go out there and follow your dreams, because you just have to. And you honestly cannot please everybody. So don't think that when people don't agree with your dream and people feel like you cannot achieve what you want to achieve, that shit means nothing. Just because this person doesn't agree with what you're saying, who cares? Like, that's them. They probably don't believe in themselves. And people who believe in themselves believe in you. If you ever notice, took the time like, well, they got a multi-million-dollar business. They told me some steps to get me started. This month over here, shoot, working at the Dollar Tree for 12, 15 years and telling me that what I feel like doing is pointless and stupid, because people like them, us, don't make it. No, they speaking for themselves. Don't go off of what other people are doing, because you are not other people. Even your parents, you are not your parents. You cannot determine your life and your worth through someone else. You have to set a standard and set goals for yourself. You have to really believe in yourself that you can become the best version of you. I hate when people down other people's dreams. That's why I tell people, do not tell nobody your dream. Act on your dream, and when your shit come true, you let everybody know, hey, it was hard for me. I did it. I overcame everything that you thought I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. Don't get discouraged because somebody else is discouraged. Misery loves company, and what you allow will always continue. So if you're allowing a miserable mug to be around you and be negative to you, then that's what's gonna take over you. It's not gonna be that you failed. You're gonna psych yourself out before you even try. A lot of people say like they would love to do this, but they just haven't done it. And it's like, okay, well, what's stopping you? I just don't know. I feel like this. You psyching yourself out. You letting the devil win before he even defeats you. Like, come on, boo. You could fall a few times before it really starts to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, personally, I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I've been on YouTube since, honestly, I can remember. I've always wanted a laptop, always had a laptop. My first laptop literally had a little red dot, and the back was big as hell. Looked like a dinosaur on the back. I have always been into fashion. I've always been into acting. I've always like had a strong love for music. I've always been this like outgoing creative spirit, and I could have started so long ago because I was sure. I've been sure like what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do it. And I let like people around me like making fun of like, oh, only people on Disney do shit like that. You want to be a white kid on Disney, or like that's stupid. You black, you're not gonna be able to make it. And it's like, dang, my nigga. Well, dang. I thought we was here with it. Like, I didn't think that, you would feel that way about me. So that stopped me from doing what I wanted to do. I was in college. I recorded like 12, 15 videos for my YouTube channel. Did not post none of them because I thought like me watching this other person's video and their video being a little bit more cleaner than mine prevented me from like actually posting my videos. And I had to remember that you have to start somewhere. And I also learned, like, that taught me that it is no such thing as the right or the perfect time. Yeah, you might want to do it then. You might want to do it today or tomorrow. But there's no such thing as the right or the perfect time. You have to, if you feel like something this is what you should do, you have to seize the moment. Like, I really, really regret, I don't want to say regret, but I really feel stupid from not doing what I wanted to do right then and there. I feel like that really held me back. I could have really been ahead of the game or even in the game. You know what I'm saying? But in all, this video is getting long. I don't want it to be too long. All I'm going to say is do what you have to do for you. Become the best version of yourself. Stay motivated. Life is not easy. It was never supposed to be easy. We live in a world full of negativity and haters. Like, we live in it. We are dwelling in like a negative life. Sorry. But yeah, like, forgot what I was on. I thought it was on Snapchat. But yeah, like, really go after your dreams. Forget what anybody is saying. If you want to be a plumber, baby, be a plumber. You know how much money people pay to get their house fixed? Okay, like, do what you want to do. You can do it. You got the idea, you got the plan, you got the education. And education don't mean school, it just means your knowledge. Go ahead and do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I believe in anybody that believes in themselves. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know how y'all feel about my hair. And be great. I'm at Chick-fil-A. I'm finna smash. Where are you going, sis? You finna kill me and you? Yeah, you're stupid. But let me know what y'all feel about this video. Car Chronicles, Epi 2. Over with, done, period, poo. See ya.